I'm Steve Bagdasarian, coming to you from FutureM, with the privilege today of sitting here with founder of Jumptap and VP of Business Development, Jorey Ramer. Jorey, thanks for being here today.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So FutureM being about innovation, what are some innovations for 2011 that you guys at Jumptap are following?
Yeah, so what gets us really excited is that now you have a canvas where advertisers can deliver new types of art. So if you look at mobile as a medium, TV is a very kind of lean back medium. It's more of a passive experience. PC is more of an interactive experience, but mobile even more so. You have a device that is aware of its location, it's aware of its movement, and you can actually, for the first time, really kind of interact through touch with the device. And so that means there's new types of interactions that advertisers can deliver through that type of experience. I think one of the great ones recently was this Dunkin' Donuts campaign, where what they did was they were trying to market a new iced latte, and they were mimicking a real-world experience where the screen frosted over, and you could wipe off that frost with your finger. And that's a real-world experience that is being mimicked through this device. And what I've seen with users is when you can mimic that type of real-world experience, there's a joy that they have. And if you can have that type of experience, that type of joy, all tied together in with a very powerful brand message, I think that's very exciting, and I think that's really the direction of mobile advertising.
Is there any sort of international trends or impacts that are going to be really affecting the States from your perspective, or really vice versa in that sense?
Yeah, if you had asked me that question 4 or 5 years ago, I would have given you the conventional wisdom, which is mobile trends start in Asia, then they move to Europe, and then they move to North America. We always believed that because the US market was the largest digital advertising market globally, that would be one component of trends that would start in the US market and spread through the rest of the world. I think you're seeing some of that today in combination with these devices that are originating here. If you look at what's being originated by Apple, Google, Microsoft here in the US market, by RIM to the North American market. So these advanced devices are allowing advertisers to deliver brand messages in new and different ways. So whereas the US market perhaps didn't have the level of content, performance-based advertising driven based on content and commerce like some other markets, the brand advertising that's being delivered is increasing more and more. So what you're going to see is the US market through these devices and the brand advertising trends really leading the rest of the world.
To shift gears a little bit, there's obviously a lot of power with location, right? The emergence of LBS, the idea of marketers really wanting to market to the context of their consumer. What does location mean to you guys at Jumptap? How are you incorporating that into kind of your perspective and your strategies?
Yeah, as it relates to location, what you're not going to see is the traditional use case people talk about in the mobile industry of information being pushed to somebody because they're walking by a particular store. People don't want messages pushed to them by a particular corporation just because they are in a particular location. Location, and clearly location in mobile, is more accurate than in the PC. It's not tied to your home, it's not tied to your work, you're always out and about. But it's one aspect of delivering the most relevant experience for the user. So you have much less clutter on a page. That means that the brand messages can be more contextually relevant. Mobile is a single point of access, which means that it's more behaviorally relevant. And there's more data that is coming together to target to various demographics. So it's part of an overall strategy to deliver the most relevant advertising. And it's also why privacy is more important for mobile than on any other medium, and we've been leading the industry with giving consumers a level of control and transparency to make sure that they feel comfortable with what's taking place in mobile.
So to kind of pull things together, if you had to say what's the one key consideration that mobile buyers or mobile strategies should be considering for 2011, what would be that kind of one key nugget to hone in on?
Yeah, I think the consideration for 2011 is mobile is being adopted by consumers 11 times faster than PC. And so that means that with that much acceleration to consumer adoption, you're going to see that same level of adoption from an advertising perspective. And you already see some buyers moving from spending of tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. And if you as a buyer are not taking those same steps up the ladder, you could potentially get caught behind your competition and get caught at a competitive disadvantage.
Jorey, I can't thank you enough for your time. I really appreciate it. Steve Bagdasarian coming to you from FutureM headquarters here at Hill Holiday. Thanks for watching.